Yo, what's going on, boys? Trying to here with another video, and in this YouTube video, I want to go over how you need to structure, in my opinion, how you need to structure when you're trading. I think a lot of people trade because they think that this is a very easy, quick skill set to get into, start trading, making money, bang, 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 and that's pretty much it. That's what you do for the rest of your life. But I don't think you guys realize even the best of the best traders, let's take the best of the best traders for example, as good as they are at trading and as much money as you can make from trading, that is never their main income source, and that is never the one and only way that they make money. There's always multiple ways that they make money. So you guys kind of need to understand that. And I think a lot of people put too much weight onto prop firms, for example. They get funded and they try to hold on to that prop firm as much as they can, and it's always like prop firm payouts, right? Where it's like, if you take your own money and go and invest into, say you have a high conviction play on a stock, right? And you think the stock's going to do well in the next 6 months to about a year, and it ends up playing out. You make a couple $1,000s. Okay, cool, nice play. On to the next, right? People will never find that as attractive as they do of a simple $1,000 prop firm payout. Like a $1,000 prop firm payout, they will find that more attractive than going and making thousands of dollars on a high conviction stock play, or creating a business that churns thousands of dollars a month in just consistent revenue, literally thousands of dollars a month in consistent revenue. They will still value that $1,000 prop firm little payout more. It makes no sense to me. It's very interesting. I think it's because we live in an area where it's like people need dopamine, and it's always prop firm payout, prop firm payout, prop firm payout, where it's like if someone comes over here and says, hey, here's how you can make thousands of dollars this way, or here's how I made this business that actually generated me thousands of dollars. No one cares, bro. No one cares. People will look at that $500 payout certificate and value that more than anything else. It's just the world we live in right now. It's very unfortunate, but the people that are always searching for that dopamine, they are no different than 9-to-5 workers. The people that find more value in seeing a $1,000 prop firm payout rather than me showing that, hey, I made a couple $1,000s trading, or investing in these stocks. Here's how I'm going to be doing it again. Here's what I'm looking for here. Or here's how I started this company that generated me thousands of dollars. Here's what I would do if I were to do it over again. I can give that advice. People won't take that advice, but they will still want to see a $500 payout certificate or a $1,000 payout certificate. They want to see that payout certificate. And people that are looking strictly for that and get more dopamine from that, instead of people actually teaching ways to make money that's literally generating way more than a simple payout is, they don't see any value in that, and they're no different than a 9-to-5 worker because they're hunting dopamine. They're hunting quick, easy, simple dopamine that they want right now. That's what they want. That is the whole reason people go for 9-to-5s, because it is safe, right? It's safe, but it's dopamine, right? It's every 2 weeks, you're getting that dopamine hit of that money coming in, And a person that is trading to get away from the 9-to-5 life, this and that, but they don't want to take advice on anything else anyone else says, but they just want to see a payout certificate. They are no different. They are the ones hunting for that dopamine hit, where they see someone, oh my gosh, you got a $1,000 payout. Oh my gosh. Bro, you can go make $1,000 in a day doing anything else. You can go make $1,000 a day doing something else. You can have a $20,000 stock portfolio, get a 5% move in your investment for the day and make $1,000. No one cares about that, but they will go insane over a $1,000 payout certificate. I think a lot of people have it completely wrong, in my opinion. I think a lot of people are still hunting dopamine, and yet they don't realize it. They don't realize that they're hunting dopamine in the first place. They do not realize that at all. It blows my mind. So I wanted to go over 3 different slides here that I think you guys should kind of look into and think about as you are, kind of trading and stuff like that. And the main thing for every single person is you pass an evaluation, you get funded, right? And you're trading under pressure because again, you're looking at trading only. Going back to the analogy of these people getting into trading, it's just like payout, 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 certificate, certificate, where's this, where's that? And that's what they're hunting for. Where it's like, hey, a perfectly good trader that has been learning this skill set for a long time will be trading, right? Focusing on business heavy, this next month, doing this next month, trading in the within that as well. And they're actively getting better at trading. They will only try to block out everything else that person is doing and focus solely on that trading as if that person is trading solely and that's it, nothing else. They will not look at this person owns this business, this person's doing this person's making money here. How do you do this? How do you do this? How do you do that? They don't care. They just want trading, which makes no sense to me because everyone trading isn't making money solely from trading. They're making money in multiple different income streams. So that's the first thing is people's looking just for trading income and nothing else. And when you don't have any other income, you're trading under pressure. Okay, you're trying to get a fixed amount of income by the end of the month or the end of the week, whatever it is. You're trading under pressure. There's no logic behind anything. And you force bad setups and you go on tilt. And you end up paying that $150 reset fee because you blow your funded account. It's the same thing over and over again, okay? You're 100% dependent on market moves, okay? Which, again, cause constant panic, okay? This is the waterfall type of scenario that I had ChatGPT make this image for me that I really like because not a lot of people realize that this is how this whole kind of trading game is. And this isn't just personally in my opinion so far in my life of how I saw it because, again, I first got into trading in and of itself at 15 years old, right? I've, did a lot of research into all of this stuff. And I know how all these guys teaching it operate. A lot of these guys that are showing insane results, like people personally in the space that I trade in, a person like, for example, RD, if you trade liquidity, supply, and demand, you'll see people like that when you watch since you're 15, you realize how the game works. You realize that, a lot of these guys aren't actually trading. They've never shown a payout, but they will promise, they made 20s, 30-some%, right, in the last couple of weeks, this and that. And they'll have you sign in with brokers through like Vantage and stuff like that so they can get commission fees on each trade, you're placing. And they do this because that is what brings in money. And that goes back to the aspect of everyone trading isn't just making money solely from trading. 90% of people out here isn't even making money from strictly trading itself. It's actually just outside sources. And they just use trading as like saying that's how they're making money so that, they pay them to teach you and stuff like that. And that's the unfortunate kind of realm that we are in right now. And that is the cash engine. So going back to it, people that is claiming to make all of this stuff, what they're doing is they're trying to build the cash engine. So they're on this step. The people that's actually saying, I made 20, 30% these last two weeks. I made all of this money. I've hit all these trades, this and that. Zero payouts, zero proof of them doing that, right? I'm not saying that I am doing this by any means, right? I never had a payout from a prop firm before, right? I've made hundreds of dollars live account. I've made thousands of dollars in the stock market. I own a detailing company that has generated over $100,000 in revenue, right? And I've traded in a way that have brought me from literally negative months up to green months. And I'm still perfecting that, teaching people kind of what I'm finding out on the way I go and stuff like that, right? I'm not in a position where I'm saying, hey, I'm making 30% these last 2 weeks by my course, right? Because I'm not doing that because I'm in a position where I already have a cash engine. I have a detailing company. I have another company. I have, other service-based businesses that people don't even know about. I have my cash engine, right? But a lot of these traders out here, they don't have a cash engine. So their cash engine is actually, LARPing this a good bit, mostly faking this, right? Well, there probably is some truth to this. mainly faking this, so then that reverses back to the cash engine, right? If they can say, oh, I'm making all this money trading, that builds them a cash engine of people buying into it. People love being sold a dream, right? People love being sold a dream of, oh my God, we made 20, 30% these last 2 weeks trading, when any real trader knows that that's just not real at all. But people love buying into it. People love dopamine. They love seeing that stuff. So people like in RD's position, right? He plays it in a role of scrap this. While it might have some truth into it, right? While he might have found an entry model, this and that, he's playing the role of, hey, we don't have a cash engine right now. The cash engine needs to be the people buying the community. So I need to LARP this, kind of fake this, twist this in a way of saying I'm making all this money, sign up with this broker so I get fees, do this, do that. Bang, that builds the cash engine. Okay, so like I said, a lot of these people that you're getting into trading, that I think this is the major slip up in the area. I think this is the major slip up in the area. And instead of all of these guys coming in here saying, hey guys, you should build a service-based business, right? Look into equity, right? Like stocks and stuff like that. And then the income accelerator. This is another source of income where you can actually have day trading, stuff like that. Instead of everyone coming in here teaching it in that realm, what has happened in the trading space, this is at least personally in my opinion, and from what I've seen since I was 15, is that people would take this step right here, the income accelerator, the trading setup. They would take that step right there, and they would try to turn it into a cash engine. Now, how do they try to turn it into the cash engine? So how do they take this and turn it into the cash engine? Like I just explained with people in the same space that I trade, they will take that and frame it as they make X amount of money, they do X amount of things. If you want to trade like them, they will teach you for $700, $1,000, $1,500, $3,000, all the money that they are charging, right? That is what they do. They build it into a cash engine. Am I hating on them for doing that? No, it's fair game at the end of the day, right? Any trader, you're going to go through that. You're going to realize that's the game once you buy into it, right? And I think the way it should be is raw teaching trading, right? Teaching, hey guys, this is what I know so far. If you don't want to join my community, you don't have to, bro. There's other people out there that, are teaching what they know, right? I know, how to trade this way. I know how to invest in the stocks this way. I know how to build companies this way. If you want to, learn what I know right now, I have a community open. If not, fair play to you, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Go about your day. And that's how I think a lot of it should be ran. But of course, it's not. And this is why I think people get obsessed with chasing this as the main income, because the people selling it to you as the main income, that's their job, bro. That's their job, is to sell it to you as their main income. Is, guys, this is my main income trading. If you want to be like me, join up. Really what they're doing is they're taking this and building it into the cash engine. So all the cash they're giving you, then they can still perfect and better their trading. Do you get where I'm going with this? So hopefully that makes sense to you. That's why a lot of people in this space, they're not as truthful as you guys think. I will always openly admit as many times as I possibly can is I have a community. I don't claim I make 20, 30% every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? I'm expanding as a trader. I'm getting better as a trader. I built this skill set for a long time. This is what got me from a bunch of red months to green months. This is what I'm looking at, how I'm kind of switching my trading in the future. This is kind of what I'm looking at now. This is how I'm looking to change things and adapt to the environment we're in right now. This is what I'm looking on testing right now, right? As I'm going through, I'm teaching everything I'm knowing and I'm finding out, while also teaching where I have more valuable skill sets of stocks and investments and how I built other companies and how you guys can do the same. Instead of an actual paying to help people are turning this income accelerator into the cash engine, which is, again, trying to skew up trading results that just isn't real, to try to get you to buy into the idea that you only need trading as the whole income source. Little do you know, these guys are playing the game. The guys that are selling you the community are playing the game of building the cash engine by just selling you this. So understand that, okay? But this is what you need. You need a cash engine. You need something that's going to generate you, a couple $1,000s a month, and that's, whether that's a job. I always say, I think you guys should go out there and open any type of business you can rather than a job. I don't think it's too hard to open a business and beat someone making $20 an hour working 8 days a week, or 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. I don't think it's that hard. At least in the United States, guys, $20 an hour working 8-hour days for 5 days a week after taxes is like $600 a week, $600 a week. For example, you have a detailing company that's 2 cars a week. You do a ceramic coating or something like that. That is literally 1 car is 2 weeks of a job, working a job. So, and that's detailing, for example. You have lawn care, guys. You're cutting grass, $30-$40 a week or a yard. It does not take much yards, bro, to, surpass working a job. So I think not a lot of people kind of realize that. I would always say go start a service-based business because it's going to generate you more in the long run. You can always take that and you're going to learn skill sets that you can, use to push yourself forward. So I think what you need to be doing is stop chasing this. Stop looking at these people and trying to chase this, this, and this. Because the people that's selling you and saying that they only do this, they're only doing that because you're paying them. You are the cash engine for these guys to claim that this is all they do right here. When it's certainly not, because you paying into some of these mentors, you are literally their cash engine. They have successfully sold you into the cash engine. So you guys have to understand that. Okay? Make a cash reserve, or I shouldn't say reserve, a cash engine first, okay? Tier 2, in my opinion, is look into stocks, bro, or the equity engine, you can call it, right? And put some money into real assets, learn how this works. This is going to generate you more money in the long run, right? Any dude out there that's absolutely balling out there, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, they understand this game to a T. This is literally a money multiplier. But when you have your engine, this is just what I recommend doing. If you don't want to do this, whatever. But if you have your engine, your cash engine, then you should be putting money into trading and learning trading as much as you can. That is my opinion right there. I think too many people just go for this and nothing else. Someone comes in here, for example, I own a paid community. I will teach how to do this to a T. I literally recommend people, everyone in here, I was like, guys, when you're trading, do something like this. I gave everyone in my community a step-by-step instructions on how I personally built service-based businesses to generate thousands of dollars. I'm personally telling you guys, go in this order. Do not try to chase this and get sold on these guys telling you that this is all they do, because you paying into that is the cash engine. I'm telling you guys, you need to build the cash engine first. I have a detailing company. I have a lawn care company. I have another company. You need to do this first, okay? I also talk about stock portfolios. Stock portfolios will make you loads of money if you learn how to do it right on the long term of grand scheme of things. Can you lose money there? Yes, you can, right? But that's just another risk you got to be willing to take. But yeah, you need to be going in that order, in my opinion. We're going to this third image, how real millionaires are actually made. So the prop firm gamble, okay? One single volatile income stream, which is trading. I shouldn't say it's that volatile as you get consistent, right? But it's volatile in the sense of 1 month you can make money, and then 2 months you could go flat, and then 1 month you can make money, and then the next month you could lose money. I'm not saying that, hey, across the year it's consistent, right? Or I'm not saying across the year it's not consistent, right? Because it is, but month to month it's going to be very volatile compared to owning a service-based business or having an outside income stream, right? So this tries to pay life bills directly from day trading leverage. So again, if you don't have this, you're trying to chase this, and you're going to run in this wheel right here. So one bad week. This is a little bit of exaggeration, right? Eviction, blown accounts, but blown accounts isn't exaggeration. One bad week, you can blow all your accounts. 99% failure rate due to financial panic. But this is how these guys made money. Okay, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, right? They built foundational cash flow first. You guys need to understand that. They've built foundational cash flow first. Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, right, started with a stable, high cash flow book sales business. Cash flow book sales business. This was his cash engine. Once he had his cash engine, he was able to spend billions of dollars in expanding Amazon infrastructure. He never gambled capital without cash flowing back into it. Where I'm getting with this is a lot of you guys are trying to chase this trading thing, right? Whether you don't trade my strategy, whatever, you're trying to chase this trading thing without building a cash engine. You're trying to just chase this, and once it works, I can quit my job and be done. That's not going to work, bro. It's not going to work. That's why I always recommend have a service-based business, because that business you can grow with trading. You can grow. So, again, we go to Jeff Bezos for an example. He didn't jump into something like this, right? He built the cash engine first. The cash engine for him was book sales. His cash engine was book sales. These guys selling, I shouldn't say trading courses, because some people can trade very well and they're giving you great knowledge on that. That is a very small percentage of people. And the people doing that, they will actually tell you that, yes, bro, have a cash engine. But the people that is purely have never built anything outside of trading, claims that this is all you need to, live your life, they're making their cash engine from you buying into that. Okay? Either way, though, the person doing that is still making the cash engine, bro. So he's making ends meet. It's just I'm informing you guys that is what's going on, so you understand that. Warren Buffett, the famous investor, right? The famous investor of this right here, the equity, and you call it income accelerator as well, in these two tiers. He built insurance companies specifically to generate steady cash. Okay, this was his float. So again, he built strict insurance companies to have cash flow coming in. Then he used that cash engine to buy long-term stocks and equity. That's what I don't think a lot of people are realizing, bro. Everyone realizes, man, once this trading stuff works out, it's just like, that's it. It's all or nothing. Like, trading works out, bang, screw off everything else. It's just like, funded accounts till we die, pretty much. Trading an entry model. It's like, bro, you guys don't realize that's not going to work on a lifetime thing, right? If Warren Buffett never built any insurance companies and just took a little bit of money and tried to put it into long-term stocks and equity, there would be, first of all, not enough money to even put into long-term stocks and equity to even make a difference. And second off, all of the times he has lost money, which that happens, that will happen in any game we play, all the times he lost money, and if he wouldn't have the cash flow to rebuild that money back, then he would have failed multiple times and nothing would have ever worked out. The only reason he's still here today is because he built that cash flow first. Same thing with Jeff Bezos. If Jeff Bezos just randomly spent all of his money on Amazon infrastructure, and guess what? It didn't work. Just like if you spend all your money on one funded account, and guess what? 9 chances out of 10, that's not going to work. Or even if you get a payout, it's not going to be, one payout isn't going to be life-changing where it's just, you're never going to have to go backwards anymore. You can just keep expanding. If he did that and it didn't work, well, guess what? You're cooked. You're cooked. You have no cash flow coming in. He built cash flow from book sales first. So that's my little, that's pretty much it for this video. That's my little advice I want to give to anyone watching this. What I personally have done is you want to build a cash engine first. And the cash engine doesn't just have to be one thing. It could be 4 to 5 different things. As long as you have something coming in month to month, then this builds off of it. And when this builds off of it, right, then you get better at this because you're not trading out of a place of fear, trying to make ends meet. You have a cash engine, so you're trading. When you become a better trader, you can teach others. In the same way I'm teaching others, I teach others that, listen, you need a cash engine. In my community, I literally go over step by step on how to build this. 3 people already in my community, and my community is not even that big. 3 people already started brick and mortar businesses and are making money. 3 people already. Some people, again, follow the stock portfolio. They're up 10, 15, 20% in their portfolio. People are making money doing things, and they're bettering their trading as well. It's not just jump into trading, screw everything else. People do not realize that. It's like, if everything plays out great and it's like, oh my gosh, you get a $2,000 payout, it's like people go crazy over that because it's very high in dopamine. $2,000 payout does not change a single thing about your life, bro. It doesn't change a single thing. It doesn't change a single thing. People are they're just obsessing over spending months just to get like one payout, and then they think, bang, that's it. I can quit my job, I can just do this trading thing, this and that. And it's like, you don't need any other cash. You need other cash coming in. That's my advice. That's the way I look at it. That's my personal opinion. So that's pretty much it for this YouTube video, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts and stuff below. If you guys are interested on the specific cash engines that I built, how to do it step by step, that literally people in my community is already fucking doing and already making money. And also what specific stocks that I'm looking at, I'm currently invested into to build the equity engine. That's in my community, but I also have it separate as well if you just want the stock portfolio. I'll put all of those in my bio or in my description below this video. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate all of you guys. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, boys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.